King's Indian Defense, Pterodactyl Defense, 5.bg2. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Opening with the Queen's Pawn. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. Nf3 strengthens the d4 piece and moves the knight closer to the center while exerting more control over the e5 square. g6 prepares to fianchetto the dark squared bishop on g7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. c4 obtains room in the middle and on the queen side and gets ready to advance the knight to c3. By positioning the bishop on a potent diagonal, this fianchettos the bishop. In order to dominate the center from the long diagonal, g3 is getting ready to fianchetto the light squared bishop to g2. c5 gains space, attacks the d-pawn and prepares to develop the knight behind the pawn. Fianchetto move bg2 places the bishop on the long diagonal. Recaptures. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. Castling develops a rook, while also moving the king to safety. Castling to the same side of the board as the opponent tends to lead to less sharp positions as compared with opposite side castling. The bishop will be better off as a result of this. This poses a threat to strike a knight. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only move that works. Backs off. This exposes an attack, threatening a knight. The knight is now adequately defended. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This reveals an attack on a knight. This protects an underdefended knight that is under attack. This allows the knight to control more squares. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Master Games. It is the last book move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.